The darkness, that's where the bosses would like to keep you. But we will help you turn on the lights. Protected concerted activity. The activities workers may partake in, without fear of the employer's retaliation, to improve their terms and conditions of employment.
So, what does protected concerted activities mean for us, Professor?
Yeah, what does count as protected concerted activities?
Examples include talking with one or more co-workers about your wages and benefits, or other working conditions, circulating a petition asking for better hours, participating in a concerted refusal to work in unsafe conditions, openly talking about your pay and benefits, and joining with co-workers to talk directly to your employer, to a government agency, or to the media about problems in your workplace.
Professor, will our bosses retaliate if we participate in concerted activities, like these?
I gotta say, this makes me feel nervous too.
Your employer cannot discharge, discipline, or threaten you for, or coercively question you about, this protected concerted activity. A single employee may also engage in protected concerted activity if he, she, or they is acting on the authority of other employees, bringing group complaints to the employer's attention, trying to induce group action, or seeking to prepare for group action. However, you can lose protection by saying or doing something egregiously offensive, or knowingly and maliciously false, or by publicly disparaging your employer's products or services without relating your complaints to any labor controversy. If your employer doesn't respect or violates your protected concerted activities, contact the National Labor Relations Board at General Inquiries 1-844-762 NLRB. That's 1-844-762-6572. Spanish language option available. Hearing impaired callers who wish to speak to an agency representative should contact the Federal Relay Service by visiting its website at federalrelay.us/TTY, or calling one of its toll-free numbers and asking its communications assistant. For general inquiries via email, please contact publicinfo@nlrb.gov.
The labor movement and gender equality. Some of the earliest organizing efforts in the United States were young women working at mills. From that point forward, the labor movement has played a central role in the advancement of women's rights. The labor movement and immigrant rights. One of the driving forces in immigration to the United States is the search for good jobs. Fighting for the rights of immigrant workers has long been part of the labor movement. The labor movement and workplace safety. Much of the labor movement's history is a response to dangerous work conditions. Making sure that workplaces are safe is one of the driving reasons that working people organize to express their voice. The labor movement and civil rights. The civil rights movement and the labor movement have been intertwined from the beginning. Civil rights leaders have always been labor leaders, too. America's union movement champions those who lack a voice in our society. Union members played a critical role in the civil rights struggles of the past, and that involvement continues today. When Martin Luther King Jr. was jailed for civil disobedience, unions and union members frequently came to his aid with the legal and financial help he needed. Union members marched in Washington in 1963 and in countless cities around the country. King was killed while in Memphis to aid striking sanitation workers. Today, the union movement is in the forefront of efforts to ensure that the gains of the past are maintained and to fight for those still denied opportunity and equality. From its struggles to ensure U.S. workplaces are free of discrimination to its battles to ensure that the hard-earned right to vote is secure for all, the union movement continues to fight for the poor and the oppressed. The labor movement and workplace rights. Another key force behind working people organizing is so that they can earn enough to support their families. Good wages are part of that calculation, but so are health care, paid sick leave, and other rights that make sure that working people can do their jobs and take care of their families. The labor movement and retirement. Working people don't work forever. A healthy and secure retirement should be an attainable goal for any worker who wants it. The labor movement has fought and still fights to make this dream true for as many as possible. The labor movement and shared prosperity. The labor movement works to ensure working people receive a fair return on their work. Unions focus on raising wages and working standards and help moderate the excessive compensation of executives. The labor movement and labor laws. The labor movement has long advanced the rights of working people by advocating for progressive labor and employment laws. This video is a gift to you by the Workers Project, located in Northeast Indiana. The Workers Project provides the education and research that empowers workers to improve conditions in their workplace and community.